Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy, Miles Cunningham. Now that the dust has cleared from this, the dust has settled from this Ayesha Curry bullshit, I want to discuss one thing that men need to learn from this whole situation. And it's that the only thing that you need to make important in this life is you. The only thing you need to make important in this life is you. Now, I'm not saying for you to become narcissistic, where the only thing that you think about is you, or the only thing that needs to be taken care of or regarded is you. But what I'm saying is you have to realize that the most important thing is you. It's like if you look at a house, the most important part of the house is the foundation. Because with the foundation, you can build. You can build on top. You can build the first floor, second floor, third floor, then the roof. And you have a house. But the most important thing is the foundation. You set that up, then you have the ability to do everything else. So what I'm saying is you have to remember that as a man, you are the most important thing. You have to have all your affairs in order, and you have to know what you want out of life. There's nothing else that's more important than that. Once you solidify those things, then you can work on all the other things. You can work on dealing with females. Then from dealing with females, you can work on dealing with family. You can work on anything else that you want out of this life. But you have to set a foundation of making yourself the most important thing. The most important thing is you. As a man, you are the most important thing. Once you realize your importance, that's when you realize your purpose. That's when you realize what you're here to do. You decide what you're here to do. Am I here to be a successful businessman? Am I here to be a player? Am I here to be the type of dude that get with mad women? Am I here to be a husband, a father? What am I here to do? What's the importance of my existence? You figure those things out, then everything else will follow. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we actually all kind of fucked up. We actually sat and listened to a female talk about her insecurities and then sort of made it a big deal. When you realize your importance as a man, things like that are not a big deal. Things like that is almost expected. Or even if it's not expected, you're so grounded in the importance of yourself as a man and your purpose that those things, they don't faze you. They are not important. They don't hold any weight. So here's what I'm saying when it comes to dealing with women. Once you know that you're the most important thing, when you say you decide to get married, you probably would get a prenup because you know I am the most important thing at the end of the day. So if this chick loses her mind and she wants to get a divorce or leave, I'm already set up. I already have a prenup, I already have all my affairs in order. That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying make sure that you're the most important thing. If you have a child with a woman, make sure you have the resources to take care of that child. Make sure if the courts and the court system and the child support system comes into play, they're looking at you like you're the best option for the custody of that child, because you have always been playing the game in a fashion where you realize you're the most important thing. That means all your affairs are in order. All your finances are in order. So by default, you are the more responsible parent. So therefore, it's more than likely that the courts will give you custody of the child. And even if they don't, your affairs are still in order. So even if she wants a certain amount of money, you can take care of it. The point I'm trying to make with this whole thing is you have to realize your importance and you have to play the game as such. You have to put yourself first and realize that the only thing that has any importance is you. Why? Because it's your world. You have to see yourself as a God. You have to see yourself as the Father. You have to see yourself as the most important thing. You have to see yourself as the foundation of all things to come when it comes to all the other aspects of your life. So that means you're taking care of your health. You're taking care of your mind, your mindset, your confidence, what you believe about yourself. You're always doing something that is conducive to your purpose. You're always calm, cool, and collected, meaning no one can get the best of you. You're not allowing negative energies and other people and the things that other people say change your self-image or your self-perspective. And I'm talking everybody from enemies to your closest loved ones. It doesn't matter what they say. You always come back to yourself and your purpose being the foundation of your lifestyle. And again, I'm not saying become a narcissist. A narcissist is a person who is only concerned with themselves to the point where they're blind. They can only see their own wants and needs to the point where they're blind. They're blind to everything else, meaning that they can't learn anything from others. They can't see the differences between someone giving them advice and someone insulting them. You understand? You have some people who they only worry about their ego. They only worry about how they feel. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being logical, being strategic, and making sure that you're good. So, and then once you're good, then you can deal with others. Then you can deal with other things. You can still learn things. You can still take advice. You can still, you can read books and gain knowledge and learn how to strategically use that knowledge again to fortify yourself. Meaning, again, going back to the analogy of the house, the foundation is the most important part. And you are that foundation. You are God. You are the man. You are the leader. You are the father. So there's no reason to put so much importance in the things that other people have to say about you, as long as your vision of yourself is healthy. So all of this worrying about a female's insecurities and her wanting other dudes, or none of that means anything to you. Why? Because when you deal with women, when you get with a female, you let her know who runs the show. You let her know who's the most important to you. Like, for example, and I've said this before, if you're going out on a date and some guys will, ask a woman this or ask a woman that. And it's like, you have to be so on point with everything. You almost have to pick out that bitch's wardrobe for her to come out with you. Like, you have to be, your purpose, your vision of how you want your reality to be has to be on fucking point. You have to be on some Genesis shit. If you know the book of the Bible, Genesis, where God said, let there be light. You have to have your shit set up. You have to know, you setting a date with a female and you say to her, I would like for you to wear a black dress this evening, because this is where we're going and you have to be ready at this time. I mean, set shit up to the point where you're picking her up or you're sending an Uber, you're sending a car. She doesn't have to say or do anything. And a lot of dudes will misconstrue this to say, oh, you tricking or you putting the bitch on a pedestal. It's not about that. It's about power. It's about letting her know that you're the foundation, letting her know that you're the God, you're the leader, you're the father. I remember I watched an episode of The Sopranos, and I think I reserve the right to be incorrect because I never watched like every episode, but I think I saw this one episode where Tony went out to dinner with, I think, his daughter's boyfriend or new boyfriend or something, and apparently he had a decent job or something, and Tony always pays for dinner. That's just what it is. So I think Tony got up to use the restroom or something like that, and by the time Tony got back, the dude, his daughter's boyfriend, paid for the dinner, and I think he pulled him to the side and slapped the shit out of him or some shit like that. And then he said to him, "Don't you ever do that shit." And the dude is like, "Wow, what do you mean? I'm just trying to be a nice guy. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be, I'm trying to impress you. I'm trying to show you that I could take care of your daughter." And he said, "Don't you ever try to do anything like that. I always pay for dinner for my family." Why? And he said the reason why is because it's a sign of power. It's a sign of leadership. And I hold the power and I am the leader of this family. And when I saw that shit, I was like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. It's not about tricking. It's not about tricking. It's about autonomy. It's about power. It's about being the foundation of your situation, and anyone who steps into your situation knowing and understanding that, to the point where, you're not even, the other people in your situation, they're not worried about their egos because they look to you for everything. They look to you for guidance. They look to you for that feeling of pride. You're actually the source of their confidence. That's how heavy this is. That's why confidence is so important. Because a lot of things you dudes don't understand about confidence, a lot of things you dudes don't understand about confidence. A lot of dudes don't, not just you dudes, but people in general. A lot of things that people don't understand about confidence, especially when it comes to being a man, is that when you're a man of a certain level of confidence, everyone around you rely and depend on you as a source of confidence. So your woman, your wife, they rely on you as a source of confidence. Your kids, your family, they rely on you as a source of confidence. And that's why it's so important to understand your purpose, what you want out of this life, and what you want your reality to be, and be strong enough and be willing and be ready to wear that responsibility and be the source of confidence and be the father, be the leader, be the God, be have the autonomy and the strength to coordinate and to strategize and to have power to affect the changes of your reality, how you see fit. It's so deep. It's so deep to the point where, like I said, you got to be like God. You got to be like, look, first there was the heaven and the earth. And then I said, let there be light. You understand? If you're female, let me tell you something, just to get back to the Ayesha Curry thing. She's charged. She's charged. Okay? Period. She's charged. I mean, fuck whatever's that's actually happening with her and Steph Curry and blah blah blah. But what I'm trying to say is when you're on this type of level as a man, she's charged automatically. Because With a female like her, the prenup is already in place. Matter of fact, most dudes won't. Most dudes in this kind of situation won't even get married. And if they do get married, it's a prenup situation. And I can decide what to give you. If because the thing is, you might have a female who she'll make a mistake or she'll whatever, like she's a female. She's a female. They're gonna let you down. It doesn't matter. They're only a part of your reality. They're a part of your reality. You want them there because you want some type of companionship. You want to have sex with them. You want to feel that soft, nature of a female in your reality. And so that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's their purpose and nothing more. They don't do anything to change who you are as a man and how the show is run. No matter what they say, no matter what they do. Why? Because all your shit is set up. Your foundation is set up and they can't shake that at all. You see what I'm saying? So, but in just in the example, a chick like Ayesha Curry, she's charged. And if she's not charged, she's definitely demoted. She's definitely demoted. That's why in most cultures already understood that it makes sense for a man to have more than one wife, because women decline. Women decline. That's pretty much all they do. They decline. Once you catch them at their best when they're of a certain age, you give them children, and then from that point on they're on the decline. But as a man, because they are a part of your reality, and you find a woman that actually follows your lead, and I'm talking about in these other societies, you find a woman that actually follows your lead and supports your purpose, you keep her on the payroll. So that means she's taken care of for the rest of her life, because you don't want to know that the mother of your children is somewhere in the gutter, especially when they were actually a good woman to you. So you keep them on the payroll. But what happens is she's declining, and you understand that. So what happens? You get a new wife, because you're still the God, you're still the father, you're still the leader of the situation, and you're always improving. Women decline, men always improve. We're always getting better. We're always amassing more wealth, more wisdom, more power. That's what men do. And you have to understand things like hypergamy are not a threat to men, because true men with purpose and drive and confidence and understanding of who they are always getting better, are always increasing. We're always inclining. You understand? That's the true nature of a man. That's why hypergamy exists. A hypergamy is not a threat to a man. Hypergamy is natural, because men are always supposed to be on the incline. You see what I'm saying? So all I want to say, really, I just wrap it up with this, is that this whole Ayesha Curry thing, it's really just something to teach you as a man that you have to be the God, the father, and the leader. You have to be the foundation, and you have to understand that you are the most important thing in your reality. And once you realize that, you set your confidence, you set your purpose, and then from that point on, you're always inclining, you're always moving up, you're always to the point where you're getting better, and the things that you want out of life are increasing. That's why you see these millionaires and shit. They don't want to be millionaires no more. Now they want to be billionaires. And then they want to be multi-billionaires. And then they want to have more companies and buy more shit. And because it's not about greed. A lot of people don't understand it's not about greed. It's about inclining. It's about the nature of a man. I'm here to always get better. I'm always here to improve my purpose. I'm always wanting more out of life. I always want my reality to get better and better and better, because I'm a man. That's who I am. I'm not here to fucking stay the same. Like, look at civilization and society. We started out in mud huts. Now we got fucking skyscrapers and shit. You see what I'm saying? It's all about advancement. If we're not advancing, then what are we doing? Like I always tell you guys, man, stay grateful and the truth is inside you. Peace.